Okay, so we're looking at rotation. It's another type of transformation where you start with an object. This time we're rotating it, and a positive rotation is anti-clockwise. We're rotating it, and we always rotate it around a point. Usually you'll be asked to rotate it 90 degrees, 180, 270, and of course 360 would be one complete turn. There's an example there. Let's try one of these for ourselves. So we're asked to rotate these flags 90 degrees about centre C. So the easiest way to do this is with some tracing paper. Trace over the object. Now put your pencil hard on the centre of rotation, and it's really important that when we do this our tracing paper is lined up square, because I'm going to need to rotate this 90 degrees. Now we're going anti-clockwise, so that's not the way the clock goes, in a quarter of a turn, which is 90 degrees, and that's where my object has gone to. So if you push hard now underneath, hopefully it didn't come through, I might have to push harder, or just notice where it is, and there's my object. It's being turned 90 degrees, a quarter of a turn, 90 degrees that way, about that centre C there. Okay, let's try another one. So there's my flag. Now we're going 90 degrees. Notice I've lined my paper up square. Put your pencil on the centre and just gently 90 degrees, quarter of a turn. Have a look at where it's gone. Line it up with some lines. Could try and press hard. That one hasn't worked either. I suspect the tracing paper would work better if it was the other way up, turned over, so we'll try it this way. Alright, part B. This time we're going 180 degrees about centre P. So 180 degrees is half a turn. We're going anti-clockwise, but of course clockwise or anti-clockwise, if you're going half a turn doesn't really matter, but we'll try and remember that we are going anti. I've lined my paper up, so now I want to turn it half. Use a quarter, 90 degrees, 180 degrees, and maybe this time when I press down, oh, that didn't come out either. Anyway, I can remember where it is, and you could look backwards and forwards and make sure you've got it right. And there's my flag. Okay, we're going to try another one. There's my centre. I've lined up my paper square so that this time when I turn it 180 degrees, 90, 180, have a good look at where it goes. You can try pressing down very hard, and then have a look underneath. And just remember that was 1, 2, 3 for the 1, 2, 3, so it must go there. Right, you might like to pause and have a go. There's some more 180 degrees about the centre point. We'll just try one of these that's 270, so that's 3/4 of a turn, and we're going anti-clockwise. Tracing paper starts to get a bit full. Make sure you've lined it up square. Tracing around the shape, putting your pencil on the centre. We're going 3/4, so 90, 180, 270. That's where your shape has gone. And obviously 3/4 of a turn anti, you could have gone a quarter clockwise, would land it in the same place. Alright, you can try the rest of them. Just notice down here when you get to part B, describing a rotation, the red original shapes. So that must be the object, the red one, and the grey one is the image. So I can see that the red one has gone on to the grey. For each, we're going to write down the coordinates of the centre and the angle of rotation. Well, this is not quite so easy. So if that's our object, you want to maybe have a guess, if that was the centre. Unfortunately, I can't get it on top. So it's a wee bit of a guessing game. When you've done a few of these, you'll get better. Make a more educated guess at where you think the centre is. So if we try a centre here, oh, that worked exactly. I didn't expect that to work first time. So if I put my centre here and I turn it 1/4 of a turn, so if you remember your page is going this way, turn it 1/4 of a turn that way, so it's gone 90 degrees. So the angle is 90 degrees, and my centre point was here actually. coordinates, we always do the across first, x before y. So come across 1 and up 7, and that's where the centre goes. So you can, when you finish the rest of the sheet, you could have a play on this. Remember, the orange one is the one that's the object, so that's the one we've started with. Trace it round and then start making an educated guess. And there's a hint for that one, I would say. It's just gone 90 degrees clockwise and the centre's there. So you have a go at those and then ask for the answers.